You sure you want to do this?
Alien Romulus promised to bring the franchise back to its terrifying roots, and well, it definitely brought something back. The latest installment feels like the alien you remember, but only if your memory is as fuzzy as a VHS tape left in your RCA TV-VCR combo that's been gathering dust in the attic since 1996. The first two Alien films are two of my all-time favorites. I even liked the much maligned Alien 3, but Resurrection should have been left buried. Prometheus had a couple of quality moments, and Convenient was just straight up dreadful. And yet the scrappy little franchise refuses to give up, and like a wounded lover, hoping that will never let me down again, I keep coming back to give every new Alien film a chance just because I love the IP so much. So while Alien Romulus is a return to the classic Alien formula, it doesn't do anything new to push that formula in a different direction. It doesn't fail as hard as the previous films did, and is a competent film overall. But enough of the preamble, let's dive deeper into what did and didn't work for Alien Romulus. Alright, my friends, don't forget before I begin to like and subscribe. And we're going to begin of Alien Romulus, set between the events of Alien and Aliens. Romulus is fan service at its best and worst. From the moment these misfit space marines, aka morons, set out to search for the derelict spacecraft to nab its cryotubes, you know you're in for a wild ride when absolutely nothing could go wrong. Spoiler, everything goes wrong. This crew of angsty teens who look like they just graduated high school ignore all safety protocols and soon find themselves stumbling into a lab. Director Fede Alvarez seemed to think the only way to make this film is to use literally every iconic shot from the first two films, with a few from Alien 3 sprinkled in for good measure. While it was nice to see, it's lazy filmmaking that hinges too much on viewers' nostalgia. I mean, what about all the newbies that's never seen any Alien film? I did appreciate it first, but soon I got sick of it after about 10 minutes with my brain constantly saying, that shot's from Alien, that shot's from Aliens, that's from blah, 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 blah. It all felt shoehorned in and came off more as a distraction to viewers who've seen the first films countless times, aka moi. But of course, Romulus does have some cool action sequences that I enjoyed, beyond most of the situations being ripped from a superior moment from Alien and Aliens. But one particular sequence involving zero gravity acid alien blood was pretty cool and innovative, and it felt a lot like a sequence from a video game, and it actually reminded me a lot of Dead Space. But overall, I think they played it safe, too safe in my opinion, and basically just remade the earlier films. It could be argued that the hard deviation from the classics could be part of the reason the sequels aren't received as well. In the end, every Alien film is unfairly compared to the first two, essentially setting up the entire franchise to fail based on that alone. What can you do when the first two movies are just two of the greatest movies ever fucking made? But all that babbling aside, Romulus is a solid alien movie and an enjoyable popcorn movie in general. But I do have to take a little moment to go on a tangent about this one particular point that drove me the most nuts through the entire movie, because Romulus has committed the worst prequel sin of all, failing miserably at using the classic quotes from those movies. There's a scene in the last act where the android Andy blows up a Xeno's head to pieces with a machine gun, then proceeds to say the iconic Ripley quote from Aliens, "Get away from her, you bitch." And oh god, does it ever fail hard. Quote recycling is an unfortunate trope in sequel prequel films, and they never come close to the impact of certain classics like Stay Frosty, or my personal favorite,
Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away?
film, and it fell flatter than a Xeno's head getting crushed under an armored personnel carrier. Roller coaster of questionable decisions. But if you love the franchise, you'll either laugh, cry, or horror. Hashtag Range World, or all of the above, preferably in that order. Rating wise, I give it a 3.5 out of 5. Romulus feels more like a remake of the originals, starring the cast of Saved by the Bell. It does have some exciting moments, but lacks anything original. Recommended for a movie night with friends, some drinks, snacks, and lots of mystery science theater-like commentary. Thank you for watching my review. If you like this movie, please let me know what you think down below. And beyond that, don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget, friends, to keep writing.